This adventure will allow you to experience a magical journey walking across Banks Peninsula to the beautiful French village of Akaroa.
That's got to be one of the great views in New Zealand. My name is Bob Parker and I have the pleasure of being the mayor of this really unique part of New Zealand, Banks Peninsula. And I can't think of a better way to appreciate the magnificence of the scenery on this peninsula and the variety of the wildlife and the people and the communities than by taking this walk across Banks Peninsula.
Your walk begins in Christchurch, where you go by gondola to the summit ridge known as the Port Hills of Banks Peninsula, where the views are magnificent.
They've just done it up.
For 3 days you'll walk along the Summit Ridge Trail, through local reserves and across private farmlands, while experiencing unsurpassed views of the Canterbury Plains, Littleton Harbour, Diamond Harbour, Port Levy, Akuti, French Farm Valley, Kaituna, Wainui, Lake Forsyth, Lake Ellesmere and Akaroa Harbour. You'll experience excellent accommodation and cuisine in the historic Godley House at Diamond Harbour, in Pentrip Lodge at the hilltop and in the French village of Akaroa itself.
The French arrived in Akaroa in 1840 to carve out for themselves a new village. Earlier visits by French whalers had resulted in this interest. What's really unique about it is that by the time the French arrived here, it was already part of a British colonial expansion. A deal had been signed with the Maori people called the Treaty of Waitangi. The British and the French had been at war just 25 years earlier at Waterloo, but remarkably, the British allowed the French to settle here and even establish a French naval base. One of the unique moments in the history of the world, one of the special features of this part of New Zealand.